were accustomed to admiring democracy, and with it, ancient Athens, the civilization that gave birth to it. The Parthenon has become almost a symbol of democratic ideals, which is why so many democratic leaders choose to be photographed there. So it is especially striking to learn that one of ancient Greece's greatest contributions, philosophy, was deeply distrustful of another of its creations, democracy. The father of Greek philosophy, Socrates, is shown in Plato's dialogues as being extremely doubtful about democracy as a whole. In Book 6 of the Republic, Plato presents Socrates speaking with a man named Adeimantus, trying to help him understand democracy's flaws by comparing a society to a ship. If you were setting sail on a voyage, asks Socrates, who would you want deciding who commands the ship? Just anyone, or people trained in the rules and demands of navigation? The trained ones, of course, answers Adeimantus. So why then, replies Socrates, do we assume that any person is qualified to decide who should govern a country? His point is that voting is not a matter of random instinct. It is a skill, and like any skill, it must be taught carefully. Allowing people to vote without proper education is as reckless as handing over a trireme bound for Samos during a storm to untrained sailors. Socrates would soon experience firsthand the dangers of unwise voters. In 399 BC, he was put on trial for allegedly corrupting Athenian youth, charges largely fabricated. A jury of 500 citizens was asked to decide his fate, and by a narrow vote, they found him guilty. He was executed by drinking hemlock, an event that for thoughtful people is every bit as tragic as Jesus' crucifixion is for Christians. But Socrates was not elitist in the usual sense. He didn't think only a small elite should ever vote. He did insist, however, that only those who think rationally and deeply about issues should have the right to vote. We've forgotten the difference between a democracy of intellect and a democracy by mere birth. We have handed out the vote to everyone without linking it to wisdom. And Socrates knew exactly where that would lead, to something the Greeks feared more than anything, demagoguery. Ancient Athens had bitter experience with demagogues. One example was Alcibiades, a charming, wealthy, persuasive man who undermined civic freedoms and helped push Athens into its disastrous Sicilian campaign. Socrates understood how easily political candidates could manipulate our attraction to simple, comforting answers. He urged us to picture a debate between two politicians, one like a doctor, the other like a sweet shop owner. The sweet shop owner would say of his opponent, "Look at this man. He harms you, gives you bitter medicines, and tells you not to eat or drink whatever you want. I, on the other hand, will offer you delightful feasts and pleasures." Then Socrates asks us to imagine how the audience would respond. Could the doctor defend himself effectively? If he spoke the truth, "I cause you discomfort and deny your desires only to heal you," wouldn't the voters erupt in anger? We have ignored Socrates' urgent warnings about democracy. We prefer to see democracy as an unquestionable good, rather than something that works only as well as the education supporting it. And so, in our time, we have elected many sweet shop owners and very few doctors.